Here's my audience member. Courage is being scared to death and saddling up anyways. John Wayne. Many times in life, people have to go through hard times. John Wayne was one of those figures that helped people get through hard times in their life. Many of you grew up with posters of Spider-Man, Iron Man, Captain America, Wonder Woman in your bedrooms. I grew up with a portrait of John Wayne. As a person who has read many books, watched many of his films, and been to a John Wayne museum, I'd like to share my knowledge and love for John Wayne with you. Now, many people throughout the ages used film to teach people about war, love, famine, families. John Wayne loved his country, and so he wanted to teach and remind people about the past of his country, war, and cowboys, where it's come from. Now I'm going to talk to you today about John Wayne's childhood, his film career, and his after-film career, and the awards he received. Now everyone has to start somewhere, and it started with a nickname for John Wayne. As a young boy, John was born in Iowa and moved to California. There he attended Glendale High School, and he would take walks every day with his dog. The fire chief saw this and gave John a nickname, the Duke. Now, John Wayne's real name is Marion, and so he liked the Duke way better, so he kept with it. He did well at school. Biography.com says in high school, Wayne excelled in his classes in many different activities, including student government and football. That success in football took him to college at USC. He was a tackle. He was a star player until he received an injury that kept him out of football for the rest of his life. He needed money to continue to go to college, so he became a prop boy for Fox Studios. Deanna says, imagine Marion Monson in Glendale, a Boy Scout, then a student at Glendale High, a tackle for USC, a job moving props on Old Fox lot. I think it's funny that how such a big star started from the bottom. It gives me hope. He took an opportunity that one of the directors gave to him and ran with it. I want to talk about 4 movies that John Wayne starred in. 2 cowboys and then 2 others. The first movie being True Grit. Here you can see John Wayne starred as a sheriff, a deputy, right? And a little girl, her father was murdered, and she went to John Wayne asking him to help her find her father's murdered. Through this, he goes through a lot of hard times with the girl, and he shows grit, perseverance. They bond together, and he's able to bring the girl joy and comfort through finding her father's murder. The Iron Duke posted, in True Grit, and most recently The Cowboys, his face has the look of cold granite. Yet, the essential John Wayne is a jaw, sidelong glances, steely eyes. John Wayne had a mean figure to him, and that's how we portrayed it in the movies. Now, the second movie I want to talk about was actually referenced in that quote, The Cowboys. In The Cowboys, John Wayne is a hired hand. He has a herd, and he's hired to take the herd somewhere else, to a different state. All of his hired hands, they leave him, that are under him. They leave him because of the gold rush. Someone tells him to go and hire all the local schoolboys. And so he gives it a shot, reluctantly. At first he doesn't like it, but he learns to love the boys. He teaches them all the different skills of how to be a cowboy, becomes a father figure for them, eventually gives up his life so they can live and return the rest of the herd to the owner. Britannica posted Wayne's films both honor and undermine the mythology of the Old West. Cowboys were all about sacrificing for the greater good, and that's what this country is all about as well. Now, 2 more movies that he starred in that I'd like to recognize is Hatari. Hatari, he actually hunts wild animals in Africa. He doesn't kill them, he catches them and takes them to zoos all over the world. Now, this film's so important to me because he's the boss of this diverse groups of people all over the world. He brings them together to show teamwork and love. He's able to handpick so many great people with different talents, just like we should when we're surrounding ourselves with different people in the workforce and at school. Last movie is The Longest Day. He portrays a lieutenant, and this is about D-Day, about one of the worst days in American history, how they had to go and rush the beaches. So many people died, but he wanted to honor those who died, and he loved America, so he's happy to do that. Now, it's a hard transition from film life to post-film life. John Wayne was the same person on set as he was at home, a mean, sturdy person, a person full of grit. He had 3 marriages. Kind of a funny story, the second wife accused him of cheating on him. One day came home with a gun threatening to shoot him. Now, John Wayne always denied the accusal of his second wife, and it was never proved that he cheated on her. He did love his family, though, even though he was divorced 2 times. He had 7 children. One of them, Ethan, followed into the film industry and was a pretty famous actor in a 1990s film, TV series, excuse me. And then one of his granddaughters was a singer for a country group. John Wayne lived and grew his family in California. This is Newport Beach, and this is Balboa Island right here, surrounded by the water. He actually lived on this island, and then there's a John Wayne Museum now right here. And that's where he raised his family. He loved it. He had a yacht, and he loved spending time around the beach. He received many awards. IMD says John Wayne awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the nation's highest civilian award, by President Jimmy Carter in 1980. And this is so huge. He received the biggest civilian award. That's how much respect the president had for him and his acting career. Other awards he received the Naval Heritage Award because of his respect for the Navy through his films. And he was 13th amongst screen legends in classic Hollywood. Now, the awards showed how great of person and actor John Wayne was. We just took a look at John Wayne's childhood, his film career, and his post-career awards, and his family life. In no way John Wayne was perfect, but none of us are. But he lived his best life, and I think we should too. When the road looks rough ahead, remember the man upstairs and the word hope. Hang on to both and tough it out. John Wayne.